So real quick, we're going to do I'm going to do something fun with the competition. I pulled up we're going to put this on the screen. I was analyzing the competition today, and I want to show you this. All right, so we're going to look at a company called Real. If you look at this, is there a way to make Real bigger or not really? It just there's a lot going on there. So if you look at this, the market cap for this company is $380 million. Keep that in mind. This is a cloud-based brokerage that's out there, $380 million. Next one. So we're gonna hit a few of these. So the next one is Fathom, another cloud-based real estate competitor of ours. What's their value? $392 million. Fathom, you'll hear a lot about Fathom, $392 million. Let's go to the next one. Compass, very, very popular company, $5 billion. They're worth 15 times the two prior companies, and the company's called Compass. Now they're not cloud-based. This one actually has offices. It's a $1 billion hedge fund, and they go into markets and go, I'll give you $1 million, come work for me. An agents leave their company for $1 million check. But then what they do is they say you have to stay for 3 years, and then there's a clawback if you leave at the end of 3. So you really have to stay for 5 when you read the fine print. They literally put a Compass tattoo on you for 5 years, and they give you a split, and guess what you pay back over the next 5 years? $1 million plus. Every Compass I know, when their time's up, they're like, I'm leaving. You know, they have some slick marketing. That's all they have, and they buy their way into markets. Like, you get $500,000, you get $250,000, you get $1 million, you get $750,000. But for people who have a financial need, they take the money. You get $100,000, you get $50,000, and they literally go shh, and they come into a market and do this. So Sacramento hasn't experienced a lot of Compass, a little bit. Where Compass has had huge impact is LA, San Francisco, New York, Manhattan, or big, huge Dallas. They literally buy their way into a market. By the way, their stock is just tanked all year. They're at 5, but they are at $5 billion. Keep in mind, they're a multi-billion-dollar hedge fund. Next one. Another Redfin. You guys ever heard of Redfin? Based company. $5.3 billion. Redfin's considered one of the most successful real estate companies in America. $5.3 billion. Again, they're hurting a little bit. Next company. Thank you, Rob. Remax, one of the largest brokerages in the world. If you look at Remax, how are they doing? At the bottom here. Let's see. One of the largest brokerages in the world. Very old school brick and mortar. We're covering the punchline. What are we at? 1.3 billion. This is the future of bricks and mortar. What's Remax? Offices, baby. Offices, overhead, bloated with overhead. The Wall Street's valuing Remax worldwide at $1 billion. It's like a tip. Okay, next one. Realogy. Realogy owns Coldwell Banker. They own Sotheby's, 2 of their more prominent brands. Coldwell Banker, one of the artists, they bought them. Sotheby's, very good, bought them. Bought Century 21, they're huge. They're not so big here, but East Coast, huge. They're so big. Better Homes, they bought Better Homes, and 24 other brands, plus 22 large title companies. And so they're a conglomerate of like 40 companies, 45 companies. Their value, $2 billion. That's it, $2 billion. Next one. Oh, EXP. Value, almost $7 billion. Give yourselves a hand. So Wall Street is, now here's a cool thing. You take Realogy, remember they own Coldwell Banker, Sotheby's, Century 21, and Better Homes, and all those other companies. And you take Remax. Remax was worth what? Just over $1 billion. What was Realogy worth? $2 billion. Add them together, $3 billion. What are we worth? 6 point. We're worth double what all those companies are worth. What does Wall Street say the future of real estate is? Those smart people at Wall Street that are brilliant, that graduated from Harvard and Yale and Stanford, and they're analysts, and they're looking at the future. They're putting billions of dollars into EXPI. We're the largest, most successful company out there on the planet, and there's 67,000 of us. What's the secret? Here's what they don't see coming. We have friends. When I ran Keller Williams, it was me recruiting one guy out of 330 agents. Nobody else, they're all doing real estate. When we have 330 EXP agents, well, all 330 of us are telling our friends. It's like a positive COVID-19. Positive COVID-19. And we went from 1,200. Remember 5 years ago, we're going to be amazing someday. We were a penny stock. We weren't on the NASDAQ. None of that was true. And there's 1,200 of us. Someday we'll have 67,000. It'll happen in the next 5 years. We're going to breathe that from 1,200. Keep in mind, Lions has 1,200 agents in the Sacramento market, someone told me. They've been around 50 years. 50 years to 1,200 agents. And they're the largest independent in Sacramento, the most respected, 50 years. We go from 1,200 in 5 years to 67,000. To put that in perspective, it took RE/MAX 20 years to get to 20,000. Took Keller Williams 19 years to get to 20,000. We, in 5 years, went to 67,000. We tripled the result in a fourth of the time. 1/4 of the time. We didn't match it, we tripled it. So here's what 67,000 is going to do. There are 207 industrialized solutions according to Siri. Ask Siri, I think it's 207, 208. And if you do some research, about 25 million agents and brokers worldwide. We're going to have 1 million out of 25 million. Anybody believe that?
Yeah.
It's never been done before. The largest company ever, individual company was Keller Williams at like 188,000. They ring that bell, now they're sliding back down the mountain. Realogy's bigger, but there are 28 brands, right? And they have 288,000 agents, but it's not a company. It's just a $1 billion hedge fund that bought so many companies. Their agent count is 288,000. But no one's ever gone to 1 million. You know why? They didn't have 1 million people that felt like they owned the company, because Realogy doesn't give out stock awards. RE/MAX doesn't give out stock awards. Keller Williams does not give out stock awards. At EXP, you all have stock awards. So let's talk about those stock awards. Before we go there, you can prep it. When you sponsor someone, you get $400 worth of stock, and there's 3-year vesting. Everyone's like, well, that's not very much money. Really? Let's roll the film. 3 years ago, you people who sponsored people, there it is, $400 stock award, right-hand corner. You gotta wait 3 years. So look at October 22nd, price stock, $3.13. That got you 127 shares. In February of this year, we did a 2-for-1 split. So that turned into 254 shares. In October, we were trading at $52 a share. You multiply that times 254, and it's worth $13,000 every agent you sponsored. If you referred 10 agents to EXP, you now have $130,000 worth of stock in the bank. Well, that's not that much. True, but I referred 40. I go, I'm not doing 10. I'm gonna do 10 to 15. Well, I did that like in 2-3 weeks. I kept going. I did over 40 my first year. So I ended up with 10 times is 130. So 40 would be 4 times 130, which is over $500,000 worth of stock, just from referring agents. You know what I did at RE/MAX and Keller Williams? I referred agents and got nothing for 20 years. If you've been a Lions agent for 20 years, you referred agents, because people go, how do you like Coldwell Banker? How do you like Lions? How do you like Berkshire Hathaway? How do you like Sotheby's? I love it. And they go, can I talk to your sales manager? And they join that company, and here's what you got. Nothing! You got lunch, you got dinner. You traded the cow for magic beans. So here's the deal, there's a short game. It's a short game. I have 10 homes in escrow. I have 30 homes in escrow. That's the short game. What's the long game? The long game was designed by 2 brilliant people 120 years ago. Coldwell and Banker. They were recruiters. You need to be a recruiter. Don't look at it like it's a bad thing. Coldwell Banker recruited people to the brand. They're respected. They were recruiters. You let other people label you, whether you're one of those people. Yeah, I'm like Coldwell Banker. I'm one of those people. I'm like Sotheby's. They recruited people to the Sotheby's brand. Sotheby's, ooh, very respectable brand, a really great brand. Yeah, they're recruiters, I'm a recruiter. I'm a proud recruiter. What is a recruiter? He says, hey, we have something amazing here. We're gonna help you, come with us. And people said, okay. A recruiter is a lover, baby. A recruiter is someone who takes their eyes off themselves and helps other people enjoy what we have, which is what? Stock and revenue share. So watch this, go to the next one. We have this $16,000 stock award where you cap and do 20 sales, which means around here, most places, 25, 26 sales a year. There are so many agents who do that. So 3 years ago, if you did that, you paid in 16 and you got a $16,000 stock award. Like, yeah, but you don't know what it'll be worth in 3 years. I heard this all the time. You don't know what it'll be worth in 3 years. Well, $3.13 gives us 5,112 shares. It's split in February, 10,224 times 52 on October 22nd. It's $500,000. $500,000. Now, I've had agents I brought here 5 years ago. Every year they got that. And they have $3, $4, $5 million worth of stock. What's the short game? You listening to the management team at RE/MAX. You listening to the management team at Keller Williams. You listening to the management team at Lions or Century Corner. They're saying, don't do that, it'll affect your production. Your sales might drop. It's like this thing, do not buy a house. Focus on renting. You need to focus on renting. It's madness. But I tried, it's hard. I get it. Life is hard. I'm going to help you. Let me help you. all fairness, I got my first testosterone shot 3 weeks ago. You might notice something. I'm like, I don't notice nothing, man. I don't feel fired up. You should try one of these things. So anyways, the sad part is I've always kind of been this way, if you know me. He goes, well, give me one. I'll tell you the truth, I didn't notice anything, but it's kind of funny, isn't it? So here's the deal. I have friends. This is amazing. No, I'm going to stay at my brokerage and not allow my production to be focused. You ever seen Foster Farms in those cages? Why do we want eggs from free range? Look at that cages and the caged chickens. You're like a caged chicken or a dairy or a cow, and they're milking you. You're pumping out eggs, pumping out estros. You got to do something. That's a short game. I need you to play the long game. I want to play the long game with you, but you don't believe you could do it. And I'm telling you, you can fly. I'm telling you, I will help you. Barry Mathis will help you. Jen will help you. Cindy Silva will help you. Drew will help you. There's so many people in this room. Lori, Clark, there are people in this room that are going to help you. And Jack got on a plane and flew up here to help you. He has 3 guests here today. They're all checking out EXP. I probably freaked them out. They're probably going to run screaming out here like, I'm gone. You guys are total nut. You know? But here's the deal. We're doing something exciting with our lives. We're not renting homes. We're playing the long game. And it takes a little more effort. But let me tell you the rewards. Oh my gosh. I have people that look at me with tears in their eyes, and you've changed my life. Cindy Silva's on her. She's still on that. She has $1 million worth of stock. One of my team agents, Krista Proctor, Darcy Stratton, Taffy Maurer, I think they all have $1 million worth of stock. If we had stayed at our old brokerage, they would have nothing.
That's right.
Well, that's them. What about us? I may just have 100,000, $250,000, $500,000. You know what I have for 20 years? Nothing. I was a renter. Now is your time. So as we wrap this up, is this good today?
Yeah.
Yes. Good. So what is the future? Pull up the bell curve, please. So we're going to end with this. We're going to end with this. This is where we're at. We're at 67,000 agents. We're just over 3% market penetration. So we're just over this line. The innovators. That's like we're geeky avatars. We're cloud-based. Everyone's like, you're weird, you're weird, you're weird. It's a penny stock. You know, it's my financial planner says penny stocks are risky. You're not buying it. They're giving it to you. Are you with me? We're not asking people to invest. Just say thank you. That's what I said 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago. I got 51 stock awards the first year. I said thank you, thank you, thank you 51 times. You with me?
Yeah.
And so watch this. We just hit the early adopter phase. Look at this room. It is jam-packed. It wasn't like this in the beginning. It was me and James, you know, just going, you know, like nobody would listen to us. It was like crazy. It was 1,200 people in the world. And let me tell you what, we're going to end the year with 80 to 90,000 next year, 140, 50,000, then $250,000. It's things that have never been done before. And so here's where your timing is. If you look at this, you're all right there. And this big run is where you think the stock's good now. Wait till 5 years from now. They're like, oh, you were there in 2022? You were there? Oh my gosh, the stock was how much? $40, $50 a share? You mean you think the stock could be? Yes, I do. Like, how much do you think it'd be? The SEC's listening. I can't say. But you just go, this became $7 billion. What's that going to become?
Yeah.
What's that going to become? I don't know. It may go up, it may go down. I'm making an SEC compliant statement right now. I'm not a stockbroker, but we don't like to do stock predictions. But I tell you what, I'm glad I have my stock. And there's so many people that are like, well, I didn't get it. Get it now. So you'll sales awards, trigger stock awards, and sharing listing agents and turn them on to XP, trigger stock awards.